Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry I missed out on recapping the second episode. I had typed up my notes and I just couldn't find them, but I'm not making the same mistake for episode 3. So the show starts off when Phaedra, Portia, and Sheree met up for lunch, where Sheree discussed being read for filth by Kenya the week prior. She claimed that her home wasn't in her mom's name, like Kenya had said, and Portia made some kind of ignorant comments claiming that it's no big deal even if it was, because black moms put bills in their children's names anyway. What a testament to her trailblazing grandfather that idiot is. Sheree continued on to make fun of the fact that Kenya was living in her new mansion, and she made fun of it, like she wasn't squatting in Chateau Sheree and showing up to court soon after to receive a fine for it her damn self. Pot meat kettle. Over at Moore Manor, Kenya and Matt got their workout on, where they showed off their ridiculously fit and chocolate bodies and discussed Sheree's hateration of Kenya's house, and Matt invited her over to his upcoming family reunion. At the candy factory, the squad discussed the opening of Old Lady Gang restaurant when Chris Kelly walked in unannounced, stunning everyone. Just look at Don Juan's face over there and the way Todd hopped up out of his chair real quick. It turns out that she's Candy's baby daddy's current girlfriend, a musician from Jamaica. So she comes in to tell Candy that she's been trying to get Bricks, which is the name of her baby daddy, to reach out to his daughter Riley. And Candy essentially just tells her, listen, I know that man's a deadbeat. She then explains that Riley would try to reach out to her dad only to be ignored in the past, and obviously now has a big wall up. It breaks Candy's heart because no one's made Riley cry that hard. And Candy wraps up the conversation by telling Chris that she's not going to put Riley through the disappointment again, which is absolutely awesome of her. Did any of you guys notice how odd Kenya's face looked during the family reunion road trip where she was trying to talk Matt out of driving down there? Anyway, I was kind of sad to see her attempt to sugar mama for him by offering him first class plane tickets. In other cities, it's the women who get spoiled, but Atlanta is just full of men being taken care of by their women, and it's honestly quite disappointing. In Sheree's world, we see her head over to her ex-husband Bob's home, where he seems to be obsessed with trying to get back with her despite refusing to apologize for the infidelity, lack of child support, shit-talking, and kicking her and their kids out of their marital home way back when. At some point, he even asks her to move into her home, which she shuts the F down, and rightfully so. The divorce theme continues in Cynthia Land, where her sister Mallory comes over to tell her that she spoke to Peter a couple of times over the past few days. It was weird as hell that she never thought to mention it to Cynthia before Cynthia even asked, but maybe it's because she knows that Peter's "I miss my wife" spiel is complete bullshit, and that Cynthia's a really sensitive woman who might be sympathetic to him for that and call off the divorce. And we all know how much Mallory and the mom didn't even want them to get married in the first place. Kenya and Matt arrived in Cincinnati to have brunch with his immediate family after their 8-hour road trip. Everyone seemed to love her except Matt's sister Hallison, who seemed to have it out for her from the very beginning. She kept cutting Kenya off every time she'd answer questions or just speak in general. It was so uncomfortable to watch, you guys, and honestly, it felt like Hallison was Matt's girlfriend and Kenya was interviewing for a position as a proper side chick or something like that. She even went as far as to ask Kenya whether or not she's a cougar. She was tacky as hell. Things get a little awkward in Candy's world when she tells her daughter Riley that her dad's girlfriend had dropped by her office to try and get a relationship restarted with her. As predicted, Riley says she doesn't give a fuck and that her dad's the one who should be reaching out, not his girlfriend, which is 1000% correct. Such a smart girl, especially considering she's only 14 years old. Portia's getting a lot of screen time this episode. Her ex-boyfriend Todd pops up at her martial arts class and he is fine as hell, y'all. Things seem a little awkward when she pulls him aside for a chat and she decides to just make it a lot worse by telling him that she wants to have babies with him without him even having to be her husband or her boyfriend or anything like that. He obviously disagrees with her and she's just so dumb that she tells him he's her top candidate to be the baby daddy, which makes him choke and take a drink of water. He's like, how the hell can I be your baby daddy when I live a few states away? Is that really the life that you want for yourself and your child? And why can't you get someone else? Portia, isn't your tagline, "I'm too sexy to be thirsty"? Because this right here is thirsty. Despite her struggle speech, the two of them are absolutely adorable together and would actually make a gorgeous couple. So Matt and Kenya finally make it to the actual family reunion where his sister gets even more abrasive towards her. She pulls Kenya aside quite harshly and tells her that she's very skeptical of their relationship. Like, so what? Who the hell are you? No, really, who is this chick? Because I forgot her name. Kenya is a lot nicer to her than I ever could be to a trifling ass sister in law. I'll tell you that much. His mom, on the other hand, tells Kenya that Matt's been sprung off of her from the get go, and it's awesome because she could actually be a great mother figure for Kenya, who we all know has a really strained relationship with her mother, and I'm really rooting for her with this one. Workouts seem to be the theme of this episode as Sheree and Candy head to the gym in full makeup, lashes, and all. Post workout, the two of them discuss Sheree's relationship with Bob, which quickly turns into the topic of Riley's dad's girlfriend popping up at the candy factory. I don't know why Candy was making fun of her because she seems to care more about the child than her own father. Candy also lets it slip that Portia may have busted it wide open for her baby daddy, which prompts Sheree to call her a thought, but she also sympathizes with Candy because she didn't have her dad around either. Candy also lets us know that Block told her while she was pregnant that he'd never come around for Riley, which is actually fucking pathetic. A girl named Lena, who seems to be preparing to be a new housewife, gets in the studio with Block and Chris Kelly, where Block claims to be like the victim in all this, where he's been trying his hardest to get through to Riley, but Candy has been shutting him out this entire time, and his girl, Chris Kelly, seems to believe it as well. He blames Candy for Riley not being in touch with him, like it's her job, Riley's job, to get in touch with him as the father. You know, why are you making your daughter responsible for that, Block? Lena asks him why he can't take any responsibility for anything in the situation, and he didn't respond. He also claimed that he only missed out on seeing Riley just one time, even though, the fact that Riley is like now 14 and still wants literally nothing to do with him says otherwise. Anyway, you guys, that's what happened in this episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let me know what you thought about everything going on. It seems to be an awful lot here, so I'm so excited to hear your perspectives in the comment section down below. You can always like this video, subscribe for more, share it with your friends, and feel free to follow me across social media as well, where I do love speaking with you. That's all for now, and thank you so much for watching.